All right. Thank y'all for coming through. Whoever's in the chat or whoever's gonna come watch the replay. It's not gonna be long. So whoever sees it, sees it. If it doesn't right now, in case on replay, whatever. The reason I'm this live stream right now is because of conversation. Well, wasn't really a conversation that I had yesterday with one of these guys that hate women that I like to call Dr. Seuss niggas, but for the sake of keeping it kind of clean, I'm gonna call them Dr. Seuss characters. And yeah, I don't like these ridiculous. The reason why I call them Dr. Seuss characters, like the that they names they come up with to disrespect black women. It's only come from the black sector, and really only four of these are actual terms. Rag or something I just added on there. It is hilarious. I mean, but it's like silly terms. Like these are kind of words you expect out of a Dr. Seuss book. But you got. I mean, it's a group of woman hating guys. For a reason, I guess. Maybe they had some issues with the mother, or maybe the girl did them wrong. Whatever the reason is, they don't like women at all. Like every chance they get, they'll try to put one down. They'll say crazy things just to get attention from women. Because truthfully, they really want attention from the women that they really want. But because they're so hurt, they rather just get their hate and actual, admiration. It's kind of made them kind of jaded. I mean, those guys are special guys. And women say we don't speak up enough, the real men. I mean, we don't got all day to be on the internet. They do. They have so much time on the internet, they'll follow around women they claim they can't stand and don't like. Go figure. So, we get to the root of this, why I made this video. And it's only because of this like I said, wasn't much conversation, but it was just me just pointing out stuff because they had it's on the channel, they were talking about, pro-black solutions, whatever. We were kind of talking about solutions, how black people can advance, whatever. This dude just kept saying, there's like one guy that kept making excuses for why black people won't come up and saying, well, we do, white people are just gonna take everything away from us, blah blah blah. And I'm sitting there saying, well, you just make excuses, bro. I mean, if black people had that much power, why aren't they doing it to the other minorities? I'm saying, they would have done this already. But every chance he had an excuse. And then I think when the host, who was a lady, said that she was a registered nurse, she was like, oh, he almost said, oh, that's a white person. He almost said that. He called himself. And even though he had lost the debate, because it was supposed to be a debate over this, and lost. He just wouldn't admit it because she's a woman, she's a black woman, he's a black man. So he knows better than her. I don't know why. It is the craziest thing. But like, dude would just admit, hey, maybe I was wrong, guys, or you agree, disagree. No, he wanted to be right. And I mean, that's just not like a whole black and white thing. That's just society in general. You know, people are too bullheaded to actually admit when they're right. They are. I mean, they are. They're too bullheaded to admit when they're right. And especially with these group of guys, they actually go out of their way to try to win an argument. They try to do ad hominem attacks, which was what happened to me. If you don't know what ad hominem is, you should probably look it up. You know, homonym is almost like homie, but take out the G and add EM in it. And how to spell it, if you don't know how to spell it, I'm pretty sure somebody around you will know how to spell it. And ad hominem tag is really just when someone can't debate you on something, they just start attacking you personally. So when I was just saying like, yeah, you know, scared, and I was pretty much saying he was scared, and because that's what he sounded like. I think he was, or he just, you know, he just want to be right. And then he's talking about, oh, well, you're a woman, so you're all emotional. I I don't feel, you know, well, that's how you feel. So I don't feel. I think, you know, these effeminate dudes try to be act like they're hyper masculine. Oh, I'm so logical. I mean, if you're really a logical person, you don't have to actually say you're logical. Just like if you're a masculine dude, you don't have to say you're masculine. You know, it's just like certain things you just don't have to tell people. People just see it on their own. So I guess he like comments what I said when they asked who agreed or whether or not you won the debate. And I said, no, you lost. And then he started coming for me. He was like, oh, you know, give tribute to your queen. Uh, it's in the title of YouTube name. I don't really see anybody as to your over me. But I was just pretty much agreeing with her because what she said was sound. It was more logical than what he was talking about. And and I just addressed him, you know, calmly and rationally. And then he wanted to start coming with the attacks, calling me a simp. I'm a beta boy. I just kind of laughed, said, "Oh no, I can't believe." Oh, you're doing that alpha and beta crap. Which I kind of laugh at anybody that wants to, you know, put themselves as alpha or someone as beta. I already know you can't be taken serious. I mean, with just leaving the whole alpha and beta thing, which came from the idea of wolves, like where the leader of the wolf pack is the alpha and everybody else supposed to be the beta, following. Which like they thought it was just like a wolf out of a, it's like unrelated to each other that managed to rule over a certain section of wolves, certain pack, and comes to find out, the guy who had created this whole alpha and beta dynamic actually found out it was just a parent and sibling relationship, parent and child relationship, parent and offspring, or however you want to put it. That's what it was. The parents supposed to be the alpha, parents are the alphas, and the betas are the children. So that would make perfect sense. How you doing, Mahogany? How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah. Well, yeah, Mahogany, you be kitchen cooking, or well, Mahogany, I think you gonna probably end up living forever. You gonna still be beautiful and sexy while you with it. But let me get back to let me get back to what I was saying. So pretty much, he wanted to call me a simple beta boy and all that. I was like, oh, okay, I already know what he's on. Oh, okay, Mahogany. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on here too long. Actually, I'm just gonna say my piece, and I guess if you come back, cool. If you can't, there's always a replay. I appreciate you for coming through. I know that might be a little delay on your end. I hope things are good where you at. You said you're good, so yeah, pretty much the whole thing was he was calling me all that, so I just kind of laughed at him calling me a simp or whatever, because I know the, the logic behind these type of, I'm gonna call them men, I say males, that like they overuse the term simp, which like the term, that the term that like was kind of like the modern term for it. Was supposed to mean like a guy that was worshiping or treating a woman, that like putting her on a pedestal, that didn't actually deserve it. That was treating like crap or pushing to the side for other guys. That was kind of what it's supposed to mean. But now they use the term simp to find a guy who just likes women. Which, you can make your own decisions about, make your own opinion about what that means. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say it, but you make your own opinion what you think that means. So, he just come in, I just kinda laughed at it and pretty much just told him, I said, I'm not, I told her like a lady doesn't need my help. She's doing pretty well dealing with you. He said, I was just laughing at your idiotic argument. Said something like that. I can't remember it word. I would have to like pull up the. I can't. I think I will pull up the actual next conversation if it's came through yet. Cause it was really funny. And I just couldn't. Yeah, that was so good. But I don't think it's in here though. Yeah, I don't think it's Let me check. No. Okay, it's on here. Let me see. No, no, I mean it's on here. It's on my history, but the chat as it came up here, so still processing. But pretty much after I dressed him, and I was talking to some other guy in there. He was amazing. Yeah, like a little short conversation about Masons and Freemasonry. But he was like, saying like it's actually good, because my ideas align with him, that I was not with him, with hers, that I happen to be a simp. It's laughable, but even he thought it was lame. Cause I think matter of fact, he said that, now remembering some more, he said that I needed validation from that particular woman which I don't, because I told him. Matter of fact, the reason why I said that, because I told him, I said, you wouldn't want, I said, you one of them woman hating dudes that like to argue with women and follow them around, which is what they like to do. Because he tried to, throw shots at her, talking about, oh, you attract idiots. So I'm like, you just dissed yourself, right? Because you came over there. She didn't come over to your channel. She came to hers. They tried to argue with me as well, but I just found it quite funny that he actually did not get the iron. I think he probably got it. He just wanted to win the argument. So he would do it by any means necessary, even if it's irrational. Which is kind of shame that, because like generally men are supposed to be more logical, more control their emotions. But nowadays you got these feminine guys that are very emotional when it comes to it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a man having emotion and to express that, but to not. But men are supposed to have more control over it because I mean, even though women should learn control of their own emotions too, but if you're trying to have a relationship with a woman, you're trying to get married to a woman doesn't feel safe being around an overly emotional dude because she don't know what he's gonna do or how he's gonna react to him. So she's not gonna feel safe around a dude like that. And or and that, I mean that's just one possible reason. Another possible reason is that they're just over emotional that you come off as weak because if you're always in your emotions whatever you may not one may perceive that you're not strong enough to protect her. So yeah, I mean you get these guys that all they do all day is talk about women and as far as like the black community in this, I'm gonna mention this part of it. As the black community of it, you got these woman hating guys that will, talk trash about women all day. Make videos about them and all that. Talking about how they're not desirable and all that. And while at the same time saying that we have left the black community. We want nothing to do with the community. But they keep coming back to the community. So apparently, you, you didn't want to leave. You're like the person I was like, that person that's talking about, I'm going to leave. You're like that kid that's, matter of fact, you're like the kid that wants to, really wants to act out. Say, I'm leaving, I'm running away. And your parent doesn't say, oh, no, you're not. Instead, instead of saying, no, you're not, you're staying right here. They say, oh, okay, have fun. I'm serious, I'm leaving. All right, have a great time out there. Make sure you pack enough sandwiches, clothes for the trip. I'm serious, I'm leaving. Okay. I'm opening the door. All right. Uh-huh. All right. See you later. I'm serious. I'm leaving. Shut the door. All right. Bye. And then the door shuts, and probably like 5 or 10 minutes later, he comes back. He said, "You didn't come looking for me. You said you were running away. You're supposed to come looking for me." I mean, you see how silly that sounds, and these guys will these type of folks will, and I mean, I would say, I would use the guys version. They will gang stalk a woman they find very attractive, will harass her and all that. And I mean, it's a very toxic form of attraction because secretly they really want her. But it's kind of like that kid that likes to punch, kid that likes to punch a girl in the arm, or the girl that likes to punch a guy in the arm to show that they like them. It's toxic. And I would say it was because they don't know how to express each other, express express how they feel. But they're adults, so they had plenty of time to know how to express their feelings. If they don't, they better learn quick. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But as much as I don't like the women hating men, I express the same sentiment to the women hating dude. I mean, to the men hating women, because they got a whole lot of thing, and the biggest, and they have a lot in common. They don't realize how much they actually have in common. And one of the things they have in common is interracial relationships, which I have nothing. I'm not for it or against it, but both sides love criticizing the other about getting interracial relationships while they want to be in interracial relationships, which is pretty hypocritical, but they want to do that. And I'll say, hey, love who you love, be who you want to be with, but you got to have movements trying to shame the other. I mean, that's kind of like my whole thing with that. But it's just the names they come up with women, just like make me, look at them like, okay, these are Dr. Seuss characters. Because these are the type of names you would see in a Dr. Seuss book. Tell me, am I lying? But I'm not gonna spend too much time on these guys. I said what I needed to say, and and now, even though it's coming across morning time, might be still nighttime for some folks. Just pretend like it's late night. But I will tell you, say this. Uh, I'm gonna try to do another live later on today because this is a topic of black male privilege. I did not know this was a thing. Be considered technically black male. Or black black man. It's just like it. Oh, sounds absurd. I don't really know. You really like me in that shit. I guess maybe be cool. You got that coolness factor. And, that's not really a privilege. I don't even have any privilege. I have things I'm natural to. I will come back later and try to approach that because I've already read some of it. Yeah, you gotta come back and hear this. Yeah, as far as the Dr. Seuss characters, I would say, kid, avoid them, avoid spaces they're in because once they see you and they really feel a strong attraction to you, they will come running after you. Now, maybe you can be lucky, and you can tame them to a certain degree. I think Mahogany is a Dr. Seuss character tamer. Uh, yes, yeah. So yeah, they tame. So yeah, just like I said, just be careful on these YouTube streams. Avoid these Dr. Seuss characters if necessary. And I guess try to get into positive spaces. I guess if that's what you want, just avoid them and just try to stay out of the fights. Unless that's your thing, then hey, do what you do. But I'm gonna end this. Like I said, I'm gonna do that. Try to do a live on the black male privilege thing, and try to do it later on. If not, I will try to do it another day. Shout out to Mahogany for coming through. Much appreciated. Beautiful sister got a lot of wonderful content. I think maybe yesterday or the day before she was in the cook kitchen whipping it up. She made some mac and cheese, I think. So yeah, with that, wholeness and balanced vibrations, people. And I'll see you guys later.